What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Aquarius Sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of January 20th and February 18th, then you are an Aquarius Sun sign, and this reading is for you. Today we're going to be doing a spread that I picked up on Instagram. What's that? You don't follow me on Instagram? Big mistake. Go check out my Instagram, same as my YouTube name, and you'll enjoy that, I hope. Okay, so thank you for checking that out. But yes, thank you to whoever shared this on Instagram. It's a great 3-card spread. It's super simple, super effective. I call it the Breathe Deeply spread. It's a spread that's going to tell us what you should breathe in, what you should hold on to, and what you should exhale from your life. And we're going to be using the Omegaland Tarot deck today. This is a post-apocalyptic deck, and it's a really dark deck, but it doesn't hold back any punches. And usually I would be shuffling on screen for you guys, but I recently broken my arm, and so rifle shuffling is not going to be an option, so I'm just shuffling away right here, so sorry about that. The show must go on, okay? What can I say? So I'm going to pick my cards in a little bit of a different way than I normally do. So, let me ask the cards a question. What do Aquarius Sun signs need to breathe in, hold on to, and release? Alright, 3 cards. Let's take a look. The first card here represents the inhale, what you need to breathe into your life. And we have the 7 of Cups. Okay, Aquarius friends, this card is telling me that you guys need to have a little bit more focus in your life. You know, you see this card here, this is a guy who's going into a cave, and he's got a light shining in front of him, but he's not really paying attention to where that light is pointing, and if he makes the wrong mistake, a misstep, he's going to fall into this soup of dead bodies, canteens, and what appear to be venomous snakes. So this card talks to me about having a focus, really setting your sights on a destination and really doing everything it's going to take to get there, paying attention to your goals and not getting distracted, not getting sidetracked by other things or people or events in your life that are going to take you off that path. So basically what this card is telling me to tell you, Aquarius friends, is that you really need to stay focused and really set forth some goals for yourself if you don't have goals already. But if you do have goals, you really need to stay on that grind, stay on the path that's going to lead you towards your goals, because it's very important. Because if you do get diverged from that path, it might be a minor thing, but it could also be a huge mistake, and you could just get totally sidetracked and totally derailed and completely forget about your goals. That's the worst case scenario. We don't want that to happen. So this card is asking you to breathe in a little bit more focus into your life so that you're staying on the path, on the straight and narrow, and it's going to get you to where you want to go. Okay, that was a very clear-cut card. The next card we're going to look at is the hold. When you take a deep breath, this is what you need to hold on to in your life, what you do well already, and what you need to continue to do well. We've got the 8 of Swords. This card is telling me that you guys are very good at taking responsibility for your place, for where you're at, for your ego thoughts. You know, when I think of the 8 of Swords, I think of a guy who's, especially in this deck, who's self-harming. And, you know, the crossbows in this deck are the swords, and they represent ego thoughts, the thoughts that you have in your head that are not necessarily positive. And this guy is, you know, is morbid, okay, as opposed to Apocalypse. It's a little bit morbid, but he's basically gouged his eyes out with his own thoughts. And of course the metaphor is not very subtle, okay? He's damaged himself. He's placed himself in his own prison by his own thoughts. And this card is telling me that you guys are pretty aware of the negative thoughts that you have and how they're affecting you in your life and how they keep you in prison. So what this card is telling me is that you really need to hold on to that, remain vigilant in understanding exactly the power of your thoughts and what they do for you or how they hold you back, because I think you do that well, and I think that's something that is very unique. You know, Aquarius, you guys are very unique people, and this is not something that I get the sense that most people understand, but you guys are so unique that this is something that a lot of you, of course this is a general reading, but a lot of you do this well, is you acknowledge what is holding you back as far as what your own thoughts are. And when I say your thoughts, I mean your fears, your doubts, your worries, all those negative things that kind of pull you back and stop you from staying on this path, right? So I think you guys are really good at taking responsibility for your own thoughts, and you should really keep doing that. Keep that up. All right, the next card is the Exhale, and this is what you should release from your life. And we've got the King of Swords. Give me a second here. Okay, this card is telling me that you guys should be less in your head. You know, like I just said, you guys are aware of your ego thoughts, but this card is saying that you should place a little bit less importance on your ego thoughts, on your mind, on the logical side of things. You know, when we make decisions in life, as we progress in this world, we should really have a well-balanced approach to everything. We should make decisions based on our emotions, on our logic, on our intuition, and on our physical, you know, ability to enact change. So it takes all four elements to progress through this world in a balanced way. This card is saying that you might be a little bit too much on the logical side of things. You might be too involved in, you know, asking questions, overthinking maybe, placing too much of an importance on the logical aspect of things, and not really following your heart or your intuition as much, right? If you, let's say you really want to become a painter, and like an artistic painter, not a house painter, and you really want to be a painter, but your logical mind says, oh, there's no money in that, how am I going to pay the bills, well, what am I going to do for rent, right? And so you basically talk yourself out of doing what your passion is with your ego mind, and that's what you guys really need to exhale. Stop asking so many questions, start trusting that the universe is going to protect you and guide you on this journey, and follow your heart more, and make decisions from a well-balanced, more rounded position. And that is what you need to exhale. So looking at these cards as a whole, now that we see them all, I get a lot of swords energy here, but remember to stay focused, stay on that grind, stay committed. And this card is like telling me a little bit more emotionally focused. Follow your emotions. You know, you've got a lot of sword energy here, but the cups energy represents emotions, and this card is saying that you need to really stay emotionally attached to your goals and make sure that you are following your emotions, you're being true to your emotions and allowing them to guide you rather than so much with the ego mind. You're really good at analyzing, though. You analyze things, and you, especially yourself, you self-analyze your own thoughts, and that's a really good thing to hold on to because it helps you understand where you are coming from so that you can make proper decisions. So keep that up. You're doing a great job of that. But maybe there needs to be a little bit less thinking when it comes to decision making, and maybe a little bit more investment into your emotions and your intuition and your guidance that's not necessarily coming from just your brain, your logic mind. So I think that's a pretty cool reading. Definitely makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. And now we will draw a card from the Earth Magic Oracle, and this deck is going to tell us what message it has for you in order to make this transformation. And we have the Lotus Flower Unfoldment. Very good. Okay, this card is telling me that the Lotus Flower is a flower that during the day it blossoms and faces the sun so that it gets beneficial rays, but during the night it goes underwater and it kind of hides and it recharges. And I think this card is telling you that you need to be more adaptable to the situation. Maybe not be so, I hate to use the word stubborn, it's not stubborn, but it's kind of set in your ways. And be more adaptable like the Lotus Flower is, and realize that this journey of ours is going to be all sorts of ups and downs, pushes and pulls, and rather than rather than using your ego mind to fight against what is and where the energies are taking you, this card is saying to go with the flow and be more like a boxer taking a punch, right? If you fight the punch, then you're going to get damaged. But if you roll with the punch is not going to have so much severity on your body. So that's what this card is saying. Maybe roll with the punches a little bit more, accept what is and ride those waves rather than fight against it, specifically using the ego mind, okay? So I hope you got something out of that. Remember, if you want to book a reading with me, then you can head up my Etsy shop. The link is in the description, and I'll put it in the card as well. And we can do a reading for you where we get down to your personal energies and yeah, try to solve your problems together. If you like this video, please give it a like. That lets me know that I'm doing something right. If you want to say anything, if you have any questions or comments, then put those in the comment section. I really like to hear what you have to say about it. And if you really like this video, please consider subscribing for more of these videos that come out pretty regularly, okay? So I want to thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.